Okay, everyone, welcome to our little math lesson. We started doing this before we left for our vacation, and so we are going to review doing some fractions. And what we're going to do today, it says whisper the fraction of the shape that is shaded. So what that means is we are looking at this fraction. So we have a piece here and a piece here. We have two pieces. And the part that's shaded is over here, and that's one out of two pieces. So 1/2 is shaded and 1/2 is not shaded. So it says whisper the fraction of each one. So what we're going to do here is we're going to label all these fractions. Okay, this says whisper the fraction of the shape that is shaded, and then match the shape to the amount that is shown that is not shaded. So that's the words over here. So we'll get to those words in a minute, but for right now I want to take a look at our shapes and I want to write the fraction. Okay, so if we look at this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And so I only want the parts that are not shaded. So 1, 2, 3 out of 4 pieces are not shaded. Let's take a look at the next one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. And let's see how many are not colored in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 out of those 9 pieces are not shaded in. Okay? So I'm going to do that for the rest of these as I'm looking at this page. Okay? I just figure out how many altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's how many not colored in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 6. So I want you to remember when we have these words, this is 1/2. So if I were to write that, it would look like this. 1/2. There's the number 1. Okay, this one is 3/4. So that would be 3/4. The next one is 8/9. So it would be 8/9. And the next one is 5/6. So we have 5/6. Okay, so as I'm looking at these, what I'm going to do now is once I go through this and I'm going to match them all up, I'm going to find the one that says 1/2. So if I were to move my paper, let's see, 1/2. I see 2/3, 6/7, 4/5, 8/9. Oh, didn't I write 8/9? There's one right here. So it's going to match right to there, 8/9. Okay, I have 5/6. Okay, keep going. I'm looking for 1/2. Oh, there it is. 1/2. So I can connect it. Okay, so that's what you're going to do on the first part of this lesson is you're going to match the shape to the amount that is not shaded. Okay, for the next part, on the next side, you're going to have some questions here. And then it says, how many 8ths are in a whole? How many 9ths are in a whole? And how many 12ths are in a whole? Okay, so what they're saying is if I have a whole piece of something, let's say I'm going to make a tape diagram. And there's my whole thing. And it says how many 8ths are there in a whole? So what the key word is 8ths. So they want me to divide this up into 8 equal parts. Okay, so if I'm going to divide it up into 8 equal parts, remember we make 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more makes 8. Okay, so how many 8ths are in the whole thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all there is to it. So they give you the clue right here. If it's divided into 8ths, then 8 pieces make the whole thing. Okay, so what's the clue here? How many 9ths are in one whole? What's my clue here? You're right, 9ths. So that would mean there are 9 pieces in the whole thing, okay? And if I were to draw that out, I would have 9 pieces to show ninths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops, I didn't make that very equal. Okay, the next one, let's see if you can figure it out. How many twelfths are in a whole? How many would be the whole thing? You got it, 12, because twelfths means there were 12 pieces. Okay, for the last part, you're going to look at some tape diagrams, and it says each strip represents one whole. So this thing is the whole thing. And it says write a fraction to label the shaded and unshaded parts. So shaded means colored, right? So how many are colored in? Right here, there's only one. There's one that's colored in, but how many pieces altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 out of 5 is colored in, 1/5. How many are not colored in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of how many altogether? 4/5. So 4/5 are not colored in, okay? So let's do the next one. It says, okay, how many are colored in? 1, but out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1/7 is shaded, and how many are not shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6/7 are not shaded in, okay? And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. So this is 1 out of 11. 1/11 is shaded in. So that means how many are not shaded in? You're right, 10. 10/11 are not colored in, okay? So we're just really kind of trying to figure out the whole, the parts of the whole, the fractions. All right, and then you're going to have some story problems that you're going to do, and I will make sure I read those to you. Now this one says, Avanti read 1/6 of her book. What fraction of the book has she not read yet? Okay, so our clue right here is she read 1/6 of it. So what does that tell you that they divided it up into? You're right, they divided it up into sixths. So I'm going to draw a tape diagram, and I'm going to divide it up into sixths. So if I want to make 6 equal parts, I'm going to draw 5 lines, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so this is 1/6, this is 1/6, this is 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. Remember doing that? Okay. So she only read 1/6 of her book. So that's all she read. This is what she read, 1/6. Okay. How much did she not read? So let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's this fraction going to be? 5/6. So this is my answer. She did not read 5/6. Okay? So you're going to get some practice today doing some fractions and finding the parts of the whole. All right, good luck.